let me take this time as you see me riding back to Bangkok to tell you about my little motorcycle tour. Mae Hong Son Loop is definitely worth it. If it came across your mind to do the loop, or even a part of it, I highly recommend it. For myself, I did it counterclockwise. You can do it clockwise as well. So I started from Chiang Mai, then to Pai, then to Mae Hong Son, to Mae Sariang, and then my original plan was to do Doi Intanon, but I made it to Mae Win to the Karen villages instead and spent more time there. With COVID, there were a lot less people, and Chiang Mai was outrageous. I've never seen Chiang Mai like this before. It was a ghost town, even in the busiest touristy areas. As I mentioned before, I did Chiang Mai to Pai by scooter years ago, the Yamaha GT 125, and it was still hella fun. And I just stayed overnight and actually went back to Chiang Mai the day after. So there are a total of 1,864 curves. And mostly my first 2 days from Chiang Mai to Pai, then to Mae Hong Son, and then it actually straightens out a little bit after. I highly recommend, if you have more time like me, to take 5 days or more to stop and stay at the towns around the loop. You'll enjoy what each place has to offer, and it's definitely a lot less touristy. If you're short on time, you can also do it in 2 days if you like. You even have time to stop and take pictures and breaks. You'll be fine as well. As you know, I did 1 whole month before coming back to America because my visa amnesty ran out, as it was automatically renewed twice already. I started in Bangkok, where I was staying for about 7 months during the whole COVID lockdown period. And in September, I decided that I'm gonna take a 1-month tour on motorcycle, and I went down to Hua Hin for about 4 days, then back up to Bangkok for the alternate Songkran, which is their water festival, but it was a lack thereof because of COVID, of course. And then to Phu Tha Bu, then to Chiang Mai to start the loop. You can check out my other videos to see where I went and what I did during my tour. There were a couple of checkpoints during my whole 1 month, and I only got stopped once, but he let me go after I showed my ID. It felt more like a random routine stop than an actual traffic stop because I didn't do anything wrong. There are a lot of gas stations. PTT is everywhere, and 7-Elevens and Amazon cafes to help you refuel and to re-energize right off the highway. You can also take your bathroom breaks and to stretch out due to your chronic monkey butt syndrome, aka CMBS. I would stop almost every hour or so just to take a break because my skinny butt can't really handle the long, torturous ride. And plus, the heat gets to you. I was wearing a full face helmet as well. That reminds me, please do know when it is dry or rainy season. I went during September, which was during the rainy season. So from May to October is the rainy season, and September and October being the wettest. I got hit with a mild typhoon while I was at Mae Sariang, and some really crazy downpours, especially on my way to Doi Intanon. My phone started acting weird due to the water damage that happened when I was going to Doi Intanon. It was heavy downpour, and I was using my GPS on my phone. My phone wasn't waterproof or water resistant, hence I had to get a new phone later. If you wonder why I didn't put the phone in the tank bag, it's because it was fogging up and I couldn't see anything, and also the viewing position wasn't good either. If you ask me about the best part of my tour, I absolutely loved and actually stayed longer in the Karen villages in Mae Win than I originally planned to. But it was peaceful, quiet, lush, and I met some amazing people there. Some of the highlights were definitely the curvy roads. They are way too much fun. Northern Thai food, especially khao soi. If you see my video, you know how much I enjoyed that. And just getting to explore areas that I probably would not have if I wasn't on a motorcycle, all the back roads, and the people that I met along the way, even though there weren't that many, and the COVID situation and everything, but nonetheless, I did over 3,000 kilometers for my whole trip, and a full tank of 95 premium gas would be about 250 to about 300 baht, which was good for over 400 kilometers. Coming back to Bangkok, it would be approximately 800 kilometers. So I took a slightly different route than I did going up and broke this last leg of the strip and stayed the night at Thai, which was also very quiet. You can see there was so much bumper to bumper traffic coming into Bangkok, and I was splitting lanes when I could, but since I had what is considered a bigger bike in Thailand, it was a bit harder than say a scooter. And you can see all the other scooters slipping in and out like there's no tomorrow. So on my way back down to Bangkok for most of the ride, the traffic was moving very well. It's just once you get into Bangkok, traffic is crazy. You can be there for an hour, 2, 3, even more, and just be stuck pretty much in a standstill. Luckily I had a bike so I can maneuver in and out and go in between the lanes. You can see the Lambo in front of me. I'm trying to get by it. If you have been in Bangkok or traveled in and out of Bangkok, you guys know that traffic is horrendous. So you got to really account for the time, the travel time between going to your place and also coming back, especially on weekends or holidays, because people like to take short vacations from Bangkok and go to the neighboring provinces for a short little getaway. Bangkok in general, traffic is always congested, so you always have to be mindful of that. I hope you all enjoyed my 1-month tour and the POV style driving. Hope you got to kind of feel like you were the one driving and experiencing this for yourself. In my next video, I'll give you a review of the bike I was riding, so be on the lookout for that. And if you enjoyed my content, give it a like and maybe even consider subscribing. I have some big plans for traveling soon, and I'll make some announcements, but stay tuned, and like always, stay fluid and keep moving. I'm out.